Hi, I'm Claire Jones.
And I'm Amaranthia Scipia.
And we're Sista Creatives Rising.
For the second time, we fundraised and given microgrants through the Sistas Uprising Fund, this year now to BIPOC and still coveting artists.
When we do our Art and Mind event, we raise money for these microgrants. Thank you to our donors and to our sponsors. We're grateful for your support.
You can check out these artists in our following documentary and on our website sistacreativesrising.com and our Instagram at Sista Creatives Rising. We also have a 3D virtual gallery featuring all 10 artists. Special thanks to our team members this year, Chi White and Frankie Fingerling, and our longtime team member, Nabila Nugroho, also known as Crazy Creatives and McWire MQR.
Go check it out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is King LOTUS BOY. I use he, ze, and they pronouns. I'm a light-skinned, mixed Chinese-American trans person with short black hair cut into a mullet with a fringe. I'm wearing circular wire-rimmed glasses, a silver dangling septum ring, and silver ring earrings. And I'm also wearing a black button-up shirt with light green bamboo leaves on it. I'm a drag king and an anti-disciplinary artist, which to me means that I create from whichever medium speaks to my heart and the moment. This includes lip sync, movement, qigong, theater, poetry, video projection, original music, makeup, costuming, and more. I create because it's a necessary outlet for transmuting all of the grief, rage, pain, trauma, and so much more of my daily experiences as a multiply disabled person with long COVID. I also create because I want to challenge ableist beliefs and notions of what an engaging performance can be. This grant would support my livelihood as an independent artist who is unable to work a traditional full-time job and very limited in how many part-time jobs and gigs that are accessible to me. It would support my work as a community organizer and events producer who predominantly creates COVID-conscious, mask-required events for the disabled, queer, trans, and Black, Indigenous, POC communities. Thanks so much for your consideration.
Hi all, my name is Emma Kim Rust. I use they, them pronouns. I am a non-binary femme, mixed race, Korean, white, light-skinned person. I have dark wavy brown hair, brown eyes, and I'm wearing glasses, a septum piercing, a necklace, and a gray sweatshirt, sitting in a home office. I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and zine maker, and my main hope with art is to sway people's hearts and minds around political subjects while also demonstrating how our everyday actions are sites for greater healing and transformation. So I'm applying to the Sista Creatives Rising grant because I'm really hoping to build some at-home shipping infrastructure so I can share my work more broadly and accessibly. Right now, the primary way I distribute my work is through Zine Fest or just posting on Instagram. And while that's great, Zine Fests are local, they are in person, and that just really limits who can access my work, both disability and regionally. It's also a big lift for me, just given that I do kind of struggle with hypermobility, so being able to have the ability to ship my work would just really increase accessibility across the board. And part of why I'm applying for this grant is it just really means a lot to be supported by people who care about COVID and understand the effects of it. I am somebody who masks every time I leave the house. I really seek out mask required events, friends who really value masking, and because of that, my world has really shrunk dramatically, you know? I've lost a lot of opportunities, I've lost a lot of relationships, or those relationships have just been incredibly strained by negotiating around COVID precautions. So being able to get this grant not only would increase access, but it would just be so incredibly meaningful to be supported by other COVID cautious folks. So just thank you so much for the opportunity, and I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Amir McClam. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a Black, non-binary person, and in this photo, I am wearing a white head wrap, a white N95 Aura respirator, and an orange t-shirt with some black text on it. And the text is about queerness and COVID safety. And COVID safety being an issue of queer liberation. And I make poetry and ceramics. And with both of the mediums, I'm thinking about embodiment, intergenerational healing, and spiritual repair. I want to move readers and those who use my ceramics to reflect on themselves, to reflect on how they show up in their lives and their relationships. And also to devote more care to themselves and to those in their communities more intentionally. And this microgrant will help me with buying personal protective equipment like high quality molecular tests and an air purifier to help keep myself safe and help keep my loved ones safe from COVID when I'm visiting family and when I'm at work. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Terri Lynne Hudson. I use she, her pronouns. I am a brown-skinned Black woman wearing a black shirt, and I have dark hair that is graying at the temples and has some pink streaks in it. I am a multidisciplinary artist, and primarily I identify as a storyteller. Prior to the pandemic, I was a stage actor, and that work is no longer accessible to me, so I have been working from home as much as possible, and I do have a supportive spouse who handles some of my technical things, but the spouse also has a full-time job and other things to do and gets overwhelmed with doing tech support for me, and tech is just not my strong suit. What I create is story. I tell stories through my voice and my body and my face when I can get video work. I have primarily been working doing audio narration. I have 3 titles going on 4 on Audible and have been narrating for 5 different short fiction podcasts, and I love my work. I just need a little bit of support. So what I would be wanting to ask for would be support for upcoming projects, and I don't know if this quite fits your support for developing project, but I figured I'd try. It would really help me to be able to outsource some of my post-production audio engineering, and that doesn't come cheap, and some support towards that would be extremely helpful for me, just so that I don't have to spend my time stumbling through it, and my full-time working spouse doesn't have to work 2 jobs being my tech support. Thank you so much for considering me.
Hello, my name is Nyoka. My pronouns are they, them. I am a light-skinned Black person with blonde hair. My frame glasses are black and square. I'm wearing a black KN95. My shirt is beige with splotches, and the dress shirt over it is a button-up that is striped in warm tones. The type of art I create is Afrofuturistic. I utilize geometric compositions, and I sort of like to have a cartoonish, whimsical mix on everything I do. Think of Cartoon Network, early morning cartoons. This fund would help me be able to fund other projects I'm doing, such as my Canadian Caribbean recipe booklet and the Mass Call Fair that I'm also organizing with other Black COVID realists. It would help me be able to invest time into my art practice by managing my chronic illnesses and affording my medical needs and day-to-day livelihood. Thank you, and excited for this endeavor.
I'm Alyssa. I use she, they pronouns. I am a light-skinned South Asian woman. I'm currently wearing a dusty pink short-sleeved top. I am sitting on a green couch. I have dark hair that is currently up in kind of a back bun. I'm wearing rimless glasses, and I have a little nose stud in today. Yeah, I got into photography, honestly, I feel like as a trauma response. It both gave me the ability to capture my perspective and give me something to point to say like that really happened. I think especially, you know, as an adoptee, I was raised by a white family in a very rural area. I feel like I learned early on, before even the intersection of, you know, disability and everything else, of a lot of people want to tell me what my experience and my perspective is, and to have something to point to and say like, actually, no, I have proof, you know, even if it's only for myself. I think it's really important to be able to acknowledge a lot of painful things have happened, and I think we have to work through that, you know, culturally. The funds for this would help with covering the cost for having a second art show in the Portland, Oregon area to have a masks required opening. The theme for this year is going to be around identity, and we're calling it visions and reflections, so things to look back on and things to look forward to. So really excited about this idea of, yeah, moving forward, of culturally reshaping and seeing what things look like. And yeah, even being able to use the funds for personal projects. I've really been exploring my own identity lately and what that means, and so this seems like a really incredible opportunity to do that.
My name is May. My pronouns are he, they, and I am a brown-skinned, light brown-skinned Black person. I'm wearing a blue or a purple head wrap that's wrapped into a bun. I have round glasses on. They have red, orange on top, blue at the bottom of them. I'm also wearing a plaid shirt that is blue, purple, and white. I'm going to talk a little bit about my art and why I create. I create because at the end of the day, I feel like I have no choice. There's so many things I have inside of me where I feel like they just have to get out, and I kind of let whatever wants to come out through my spirit do so. A lot of my work is mixed media, a lot of it is poetry, and a lot of it is either about COVID or it's about ancestral reverence and how we can celebrate those that have come before us and made it possible for us to even live, even under impossible circumstances, which is a kind of hope that I really need when I think about where we are in the pandemic. And so I have long COVID, and that's really impacted what I'm able to do on a day-to-day basis. I contracted COVID again from a very sick person who wouldn't put on a mask at an event, and I was out of work for 3 weeks. And so I'm hoping that these funds, if I receive them, I'll be able to use them to pay for an electric bill we just got. We got this bill and we have a utility discount and it's still over $200. And so even working 3 jobs since I was sick for so long, I've kind of fallen back. And so I would be using that money to cover that bill, and any remainder will go towards food in our household. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ebbie. I use they, them pronouns. I am a light-skinned, black, genderqueer femme wearing clear frame glasses and a aquamarine blue hat with geckos on top. I have short hair and I have a nose piercing. I am a visual artist. I create 2D collage and 3D assemblage. Rooted in Afrofuturism and Surrealism and a belief in time travel. I'm inspired by Black feminist tradition as well as Black disability justice. So those themes show up in my work, as does grief, longing, and blood and chosen kin. I'm very interested in ancestral memory and deepening the archives, because so much of Black people's stories throughout the African diaspora have been erased or misrepresented. And so in my work, I try to explore the histories that are lesser known, and also to envision futures that are liberatory and expansive for Black people, which then is actually liberatory and expansive for everyone. This microgrant would help me to attend the Black Zine Fair in New York in May. This is going to be a COVID-safer, COVID-cautious event, and it would help me make connections there and expand my artwork. I don't have many opportunities to do that here in Western Mass, so this would be a beautiful opportunity to meet other Black artists doing visual art and poetry, which is what I do.
Oh my God, is that Prince? That's me. Hi, my name is Keiko. I use they, them pronouns. I am a light-skinned, non-binary Black person with faded pink, curly, sort of faux hawk with some baby locks in the front. I create through many different media in the realm of queer and disabled aesthetics: digital art, fashion and drag, cane straps, rollator charms, and all manner of mobility aid accessories. My partner and I formed a small business, Sad Clown Club, selling these things initially for survival in finding community and connection with other folks living at these same intersections of Black, trans, queer, disabled, because it often feels like there's no one out there. But we out here, and I share my art to reach those folks and give a tangible reminder that we are here, we've been here, and there's so much beauty and joy in our existence. Creating is also survival in the literal monetary sense, with drag gigs and art sales being almost 100% of my income, and the most accessible work for me that I've found so far. Unfortunately, the lack of COVID precautions and clean air protocols has added risk to both drag shows and art markets. I still have to do these things to survive, though my disabilities and infection risk greatly restrict how often. If I were to receive these funds, I would love to put them towards a cutting machine. Stickers are one of the biggest items in our shop, and we cut them all by hand. A cutting machine would save untold hours and lots of hand paint. If funds allow, I would also love to restock on some quality masks, portable air purifier too, to help mitigate risks at these necessary gigs and markets. I appreciate y'all, and thanks for considering me.
Hi, my name is Mele Jolie, he, they. I'm a Black trans max artist. I have short black locks, I have glasses, I'm wearing a brown beaded necklace with charms and a black t-shirt. I'm sitting in my room. I am a visual artist. I paint, I draw, and I make jewelry mainly. I make art to spread joy and inspiration to everyone in my community that has the pleasure of viewing my art. I am applying for this grant because I am just getting out of unemployment, and during that time I've been kind of hustling and grinding to take care of my basic needs, and because of that, art making has kind of fallen to the wayside, and I haven't really had the chance to get new materials or create as much just because of my limited supply of art things. So I'm hoping that this grant would help me be able to afford some of those extra art supplies that I might not be able to get, and also just have peace of mind while I am coming out of unemployment, that I will still be able to have my needs met, one of them being able to create. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm very excited to have the chance to be considered. Thanks.